Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are hoping it works this time around. We are back, and we are hoping Logan Slater will come back to join us. I had to restart it to see if we could get his face up on the screen so y'all can see us. But I do hope everybody's having a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you all may be. And we await Mr. Logan. Can you see me now, sir?
Hold on, John Cena. Fuck, did I break it? I think I broke it.
You broke it, man. You broke the system. What did you do?
You can hear me, but you can't see me.
Yes.
What a shame.
Hold on. I want to see something. Can you guys see Logan?
No Pepsi? I got Mountain Dew.
I got Pepsi. Always.
He says he's got... Alright, so they can see the Pepsi, but they cannot see me whatsoever. That's what I'm saying.
I'm waiting for a response. I don't know if anybody got that, but can people see Logan? Can you guys see Logan?
No.
If you guys...
No.
Dang.
Hang on. So let me try restarting the whole app. And then bring my...
We'll be here, so you can just join back on whenever.
I was about to say, I'll bring my Limp Bizkit looking ass back here in a minute.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while he has time... Wow, mighty. Uncensored, ladies and gentlemen. The censor bars are broken. And we don't have Sock Puppet Lawyer to censor us. Or the Tory Party.
What's going on?
Is it working?
No.
Damn. Wow, mighty. Dang.
No. What the fuck? How do you know what I look like?
Hmm?
How does he know what what I look like? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know, unless he was messing with you that he did not see you. I don't know.
No, I can't see me either. You're frozen in mid-conversation and an introduction. So, I don't know what to do now.
Well, let me see here.
Oh, hang on, I'll thumbs up.
I seen him live right before. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, goddamn, my bad. Hold on. Let me try this again.
Am I frozen on y'all's end? Can y'all see me? I'm dead. Damn, mighty. I had to take my glasses off. So, I sent the invite. We'll see how it goes, but... Hello, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm here, you're not.
You could see me, you could see you.
I stole the host, yes. You're not here.
Huh.
What kind of operation is this? Who?
I
First
guess
I'm not here, now the host ain't here. What the hell is going on?
I guess this is Messenger messing with us, I would assume.
You see both of us, but I can't see him. As long as I can hear him, I'm good.
Alright. Well, I guess we could get this going as long as that's okay with you, sir.
I'm fucking
Hell yeah, man. Well, it's an honor to have you. May I just say, I have been checking out the product SPW for quite some time,
Yeah.
and I have been a fan of what you guys have produced, and I'm happy to have one of my guys there. But main of all, I am happy to sit back and watch the violence and chaos you guys bring each and every single time.
Am I from Dallas? No, hold on. No, I'm not. But they are my favorite team. I came out the womb as a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh,
My favorite quarterback from the team is Troy Aikman, just to settle the controversy. I'm not happy with what's going on right now.
well,
But you were
respect.
saying about SPW.
Well, SPW, I love the violence, the
Mm.
concept of it. It gets me, I love the thrive it gets. SPW, SPW, yes, Fiendish Ways, he gets it. SPW, SPW. And you guys have a show called
Again.
High Times 2?
Yes, sir.
So,
Smoke here?
so this is your second year with these round of pay-per-views.
Mm-mm. All right, so I've been in the business since 2009, and as a competitor. As a booker, I've been in it since 2020, ran a couple of other companies, but no, this is the second rendition of High Times. The first one happened in September, with the tradition of having two fatal four ways. You have four competitors in each of the matches, two fatal four ways, and zero chances you're ever going to forget them, which means 420. If you think about it. Um, so yeah, that was back in September. The second one was supposed to happen on 420, but we weren't gonna compete with WrestleMania whatsoever. That's some advice. If there's like a WWE show like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, etc., on the weekend you're doing a show, don't do it. You won't win.
Yeah, you have a point. A lot of people don't really like what I've noticed nowadays. A lot of people don't stream on pay-per-view days. Some do, but I notice a lot of people are dedicated to the pay-per-views that come out.
Mm-hmm. That's initially what the plan was. We were gonna run it like a indie show, have monthly shows, but the demand was real. So during December, when we had our system failure, one of our system failures, we couldn't do Black December, so we created Carnage TV, and it's stuck around because people seem to like it, y'all seem to like it, and I like it. Just smells like iron at the end of the night when I'm done with everything.
Where did you come up with the idea for SPW? What inspired you?
Well,
Or
it
was it
was
just you, or did you have others with you?
I was about to say I did not run this. I'm not running this baby by myself. I've ran feds by myself before, and it's not fun. Um, it was me and Damian Rage who came up with the concept. All of us are known as the Syndicate, but uh, it was him who, 24 I think had just come out. It was around last year. When did 24 come out? March or April of last year?
I would not be able to tell you, sir. I when it came to those dates, I don't own the game personally. Other people make my call, which I am so thankful for. Um, so I cannot tell you.
Mm. Mm. Well, around the time it came out, Rage was sitting there saying how awesome the game was, how they added light tubes with barbed wire bats, doors, all the things that I really love, and that could easily make SPW into a deathmatch company. And I was ignoring it for a while, ignoring it, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do anything. I think I've done enough. I've been in it at the time, it was 15 years. I think I've done enough. And I think whatever, I can't remember what he said, but it was something that Rage said where I said, fuck it, I'm coming back. And we just started planning out the world is yours, and the rest is history. We've been here almost a year.
That's incredible, Adam. And with this journey, you developed titles and pay-per-views. How did these titles and pay-per-views come to be for your show? For the show?
This shit right here. Oh, pardon
Hell
me.
yeah.
No. I'm sorry. What was the question?
What brought you to your titles, like the names and the significance of them in your pay-per-views?
Well, let's go with the titles. That's a good one. So I'm gonna ignore that question for now. I'll come back to it. As for the titles of our pay-per-views, man, we have international business meetings, and we sit down, we pass the J around, and we start coming up with ideas. I mean, like you're gonna hear it first, but the the next big pay-per-view we're gonna have after High Times 2 is called Not for the Innocent, and it's from the from Lick It Up by Kiss, that album in 1983.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The next pay-per-view, Not for the Innocent, correct?
Yes, sir.
Hell yes, ladies and gentlemen, and always smoke up and toke up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the tagline for High Times 2, still smoking, because we ain't going nowhere. Then, but anyway, the ideas, the names come from our love of music, heavy metal, hip hop. Hell, you may even see a country themed one in there for all we know. But High Times 2. High Times was originally a Cypress Hill song.
Okay.
Great Southern Trendkill, Pantera, St. Patrick's Day Massacre is a movie. Tournament of Mayhem, Welcome to the Strange, Wednesday 13, or Murder Dolls, I'm sorry. Yeah. So it's all for our love of heavy metal and music. And just, of course, music and wrestling go very well together. They go hand in hand. So it just makes SPW pop and stand out, if you will. What's up, Joe Callis?
Huh?
Somebody came in that I know, Joe Callis. He's one of the admins for Outlaw Mud Show Wrestling and Gaming on Facebook.
Well,
That thing's
welcome, sir. Everybody is welcome on this platform. I made it public, so basically people on my end that are my friends list and stuff will see it, and people on your friends list will see it.
Hell yeah.
And freaking, we have a lot of people actually here with us, with the Mighty that has joined us, Alexa Rain, Dev, Fiendish Ways has been here, Alfonso Allen, aka Wildman.
Yeah, Akane, right?
Yeah.
Akane Vachon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he went into the SBW group chat. He said, "Your commentary said my name wrong." And I was like, "No, that says Kane. Like on paper, it says Akane." And he does a voice message. He was like, "It's Akane." And I was like, I imagined the accent, but I didn't expect it to be so thick and posh, if you will.
Yeah.
It was kind of great, but amusing at the same time.
Meet some interesting people here in the Fed world. I've had Vinny on here, and I've been able to meet different varieties of characters, and it is very interesting to see everybody's different styles and personas.
Like you said, Eddie Walker's in SPW looking like he just butchered up his last victim. One day I hope to see Larry back in here or up in there.
Larry, I just do this, man. Be in the ring.
Well,
Man.
Maybe you should be an interview for one of these companies. Business opportunities are everywhere.
Well, I do interviews for. I am part of the interviewing team of IWA. I do interviews with their people. I do interviews with KCW. I think you're familiar with them.
Yes, I am.
And of course, I'm always willing to branch out. As long as I'm helping y'all, that's what matters to me. That's why I set this up in the first place. I want to be able to give back to y'all.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now with SPW. Yeah, I may hold the SPW World Mayhem Championship, but you know what? It's for good reason, because if Damian Zeus Miller had held that title any longer, I have a strange feeling that our Mayhem Championship would have fizzled into thin air. It would have disappeared quicker than it reappeared.
Okay.
So the Mayhem Championship in deathmatch wrestling needed a breath of fresh air, and that is me, one of the greatest hybrid wrestlers in the world today. And without me,
Fiendish Ways wants a
he
title
wouldn't have
shot.
been good. I don't care what he wants.
Well, that was plain and simple.
Like, you know, Akane, at this, I mean, yeah, you may have won, but you won by putting someone to sleep. There was no physical effort behind it. All you did was wrap your thick ass arms around his neck. Didn't take much pressure. You can light my joint when it goes out. There's your opportunity.
Damn. Whew. Getting heated already. This happens sometimes. You gotta love the intensity. It builds for future story.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Next question.
What special matches do you... Oh, he just said keep running, boy.
Yeah. What was the
And
next question?
Wildman just asked, what makes you great?
16 years in the business, 10-time world champion, 5-time tag team champion. Ran now 3 successful promotions in this sport. And in 2 Hall of Fames, as a matter of fact.
You talked about running other companies. Was SPW not the only one you ran?
Correct.
What were these other ones?
Oh my God. So for 3 years ago, I can remember this like it was yesterday. I was on social media getting everything going for what was Kingdom Championship Wrestling. And ironically, it was KCW, but at the time, King's Court was also starting. So there was 2 KCWs at the time. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to make a big deal out of the fact that there's 2 companies with KCW is their 3 letters. Let them do their own thing. We're going to do ours. Maybe we're miles apart. Maybe we're miles different. And we definitely were. During COVID, when my bookings had to stop, I ran a little company called, but not by myself, called WEW, and eventually it was sold to me, and I moved it from social media platforms to Twitch, and the rest was history there. And eventually, it just ran its course, if you will. You know, some feds just have an expiry date. Some don't. Like, you look at King's Court. They've been around for, what, 3 years?
Quite a while. Like, freaking, I was told that KCW was around before a few other companies that I was shocked. Like, I heard it was around before DPW.
And,
I mean, DPW was around before KCW, so, sorry.
An old colleague of mine, his company had been around since 2018, and it's still going. So,
Awesome.
that's what, 7 years? On and off? So, yeah.
Great dedication and motivation.
So SPW is definitely not the only one, but it's definitely been the funnest. Definitely been the funnest. I still got a lot of more match concepts that I'm going to dish out. That's all I'm going to say.
I was just actually about to ask, do you want to tell us some of your match types specifically for your company that you've made?
So, signature-wise, like, one of our main influences is, like, CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling, for those who don't know.
CCW.
IWA, Mid-South. And
IWA.
Yeah. I heard you mention there was a company called IWA, and in my head I said, I hope to God Ian Rotten isn't running
No,
it.
the Mighty in here actually does have an IWA company that I've been promoting on my page, and if you ever want me, I have promoted out your SPW High Times a couple times when I have, so I've been
Uh,
trying to help out like any way I can to help y'all out. That's what matters to me.
we definitely appreciate it. We may seem like dickheads on the screen, but we definitely appreciate anyone who shares the word and buys the merch. Just buy the merch. It is
Saw
beautiful.
that. That's real. Like you guys literally have a shop.
Bonfire.com.
You hear this? If you want to promote that out, brother, that's up to you. Freaking, you hear this, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen? He has his own shop. His own shop.
you gotta, like, we got sponsors from our local area here. 3 smoke shops in our area: Cradle in Brazoria, Texas, Vape Monkey in Lake Jackson, Texas, and Smokerado in West Columbia, Texas. Of course, I get my weed from there. I get my carts from there. It's gold. Looks like it just came from an international business store. Um, so we head to these locations and they're great prices too. So head to these locations and tell them that we sent you.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? We're happy to support them. Freaking, yeah, man. Freaking, I'll help. Freaking, I'll shoot it. I'll write that. I'll help share them out when I do streams. I'll share out the names.
But as you were saying, as you asked, but our major influences is deathmatch companies from the late '90s, sorry, to mid 2000s. CZW, IWA, East Coast, Mid South. There were other ones out there at the time, but those were the two main
ECW,
ones. ECW, XPW, sorry. I hate
FMW.
Rob. Yeah, Rob Black. I hate him, but the company was there.
It's
Um,
still going today.
sure, if that's what you want to say.
It's
As
still
Zandig
practically
said,
going. What I've seen.
as John Zandig said at his Hall of Fame induction, Rob Black will run out of money eventually. It always happens,
Mm-hmm.
and he has. He hasn't run a show since early 24.
Facts. He tried to
So
bring something back he tried to make XPW out of spite of ECW, but in the end, ECW was just that much greater because it had a connection with the fans like no other.
correct. Heyman, you know, he's a genius.
Exactly.
He as Mikey Whipwreck called him, a mad scientist.
Oh,
Um,
you could describe Paul in many of words. Like, damn, so many words. So
yes, the checks bounced, but at the end of the day, those guys, Dreamer, Raven, Sandman, Sabu, um, so many others were grateful for Paul Heyman because they gave him a platform. And,
you like the stuff in
and
Puerto Rico and Japan of death matches?
um, so we're gonna loop back to your question before I get to that. Um, so one of the match concepts that we tend to have in SPW is called the Cage of Carnage. We introduced it at Tournament of Mayhem to SPW. It's in tribute to the Cage of Death, if you remember
Oh,
those matches.
most most definitely. Those were brutal, brutal,
Mhm.
bloody.
I mean, Jack Evans and Chris Cash coming off the roof of it through the table,
The
right
Messiah,
smack on the concrete.
Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah, Gage himself, Zandig throwing Lobo off the scaffold. They were nuts. So
Mance Warner, New Jack even appeared in CCW in a match like that in the Cage of Death.
Sabu did as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not in the Cage of Death, but he's appeared.
Yeah.
But that I. What other one have we introduced? Oh, we had like an IWA Mid South style of match at a Tournament of Mayhem. It was a barbed wire bats, kendo sticks and doors match. And
Candlesticks and
who
what?
got doors?
Doors. Okay.
Yeah. And one of the who were the participants in that? Alex Stretch and Draven. Check that out on our
Ooh.
YouTube channel, by the way. Uh,
Draven, which one? I know there's two Dravens.
so it's Draven. He's called Draven Todd every now and then because he looks like he's a spitting image of the Candyman.
Oh. Oh. I like this. I like the sound of that. I must go check this out.
But he embraces a pro persona.
Okay.
He's fairly impressive. He's done work in modern day CZW, but mainly a lot of local promotions up north. And another thing that makes SPW interesting, we take indie talent like him, Alex Stretch, Anthrax, Tremont, and bring them in to try to get their name out more because they deserve all the respect and love in the world, you know.
And you had Tremont versus Jack Graves in January or February, yes?
Oh my God! Yeah, what a match! So what a set of matches those were. That started on Carnage TV. And it ended in January, as you just said, at Welcome to the Strange in a Light 2 Mayhem match.
I like that name. Welcome to the Strange.
I mean, SPW is a very strange place. Right when Carnage TV was starting, we didn't give away the location of where it was. But lo and behold, we revealed it was in San Antonio. But before that, it was like you would buy the ticket and then DM us for the address, or we had Hobo Larry go out in a car and just grab you.
You had
But
Hobo
one time,
Larry?
yeah, bro, Hobo Larry, you could tell he's near. You could smell him. Uh, Hobo Larry went out, and who was supposed to be there? I think it was the wife of Adrian Knight. I can't remember her name. Cassidy. There we go. And we sent Hobo Larry to go get her. And next thing you know, comes back. All right, boss, I got her. All right, go do your thing. And I come to find out as they are watching it live, I get a text from Adrian Knight saying that's the wrong girl. What? What do you mean it's the wrong girl? Did we just kidnap somebody?
Uh-huh.
Did we just commit a fucking felony to put on a show?
Oh,
Wow.
my
Okay.
God.
Okay. So she's got about 5 minutes left in her match. So can you wait? It's a great match.
You were talking about Rob Black earlier, and now you're pulling stuff like this. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, at least I'm not running porn right in my locker
Oh,
room.
okay, yeah. We don't talk about that. That's for this site. This ain't the spicy content.
Sorry about that, folks, but it's the truth.
No, you're good. I think if anybody watched XPW back in the day, it was about deathmatch and porn for them.
I mean, okay, we're not going to have that fucking conversation
Yeah,
here. Next
exactly.
question.
But,
You have Pepsi?
huh?
You have Pepsi. I have a very dripping Mountain Dew.
Good. At least it's not Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. My mother-in-law drinks that. But Light 2 Mayhem, because of Jack Graves, it wouldn't have happened. So shout out to him.
He invented it?
Well, he didn't invent it, but when we were talking about doing the last match with him and Tremont, he was like, well, let's make it an all Light 2 match. I was like, well, here's what I'm going to call it. And it was a collaboration, if you will. It was something simple, and it became something bloody and messy.
Okay, that's why I had that. I was like, so he came up with that himself? Like, he made that for your brand? That's really cool.
Yeah, in a sense, yes. Where'd the
That's
weed
really
go?
awesome.
Okay.
And you a show with KCW, which Jack Graves, KCW Thunder.
Yeah, we have a little partnership with them. Rep Your Leagues, if you've heard of them.
Yes.
Who the hell else? Give me a moment. I got this. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. RCL,
Oh,
ran by Grayson. I forgot his last name. Grayson Keegan. He runs that. Another deathmatch promotion. We might. I'll say it here. I ain't holding nothing back. We might be doing a little bit of work with SLWs. I think it's Southland Wrestling or something like
oh,
that.
ran by Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, yeah, him.
Yeah, I know them. They associate with CLPW.
hmm So we might be doing a little something with them later in the year. We'll see.
Like a crossover, maybe? Ooh. Stay tuned, everybody. Big things to happen.
Just doing a little something with them. We're just ironing out the details. See, I got to be
Hell yeah.
on that time. I forgot where he's located, but there's different time zones
Mhm.
there.
All of us
And
have our
who
different time
else?
zones. Oh no, we're gonna have a man die in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding.
Larry, call the paramedic. Anyway, and I think we do a little business with ERPW as well,
Interesting. Don't think I've ever heard
which
of
is
them.
which is where the media outcast came from.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a platform to get more eyes on everybody in the wrestling world. And stay tuned. That movie. To address that too. Yes, we are still on 2K24, but there are about 100 of you on the roster, and we are moving as fast as we can. The creation suite, the belt suite, uh, that's awful in the new game. So we're having difficulties making the belts, which are gorgeous, by the way. Mine's inside, but it
Freaking
is gorgeous.
when you do get them done, if you like to share out the photos, I'd be happy to help share them out.
Oh, we definitely will. I know the world title's looking still pretty.
Ooh.
I mean, you put the world title on a corner, it's going to make some money. Let's put it that way. That's
Hell
how
yeah.
pretty it is.
I do have a question for you, and I think this is one that everybody's been wanting to know. Your main call, who is he? Where does he
My,
come from?
my, my who?
Main call?
Oh, you mean like the boss?
If, if that's your main call,
Uh,
unless you have another I don't know about.
yeah, I only have one. Um, originally, way back in 2009, my
Okay.
inspiration was my inspiration was a mixture of Sting because I had just seen him live at Bound for Glory '09 against AJ Styles.
Ooh, good match.
So yes, it was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Sting at that time had been around for 21 years.
Because he's been, I think, in AEW, they
No,
revealed he was in 5 decades of pro wrestling or something like that.
no, I'm wrong. He had been around for 24 years. He debuted in '85. So my inspiration was Sting, Jeff Hardy, and a guy that may or may not be known, but he was one of the best to do it. Got cut in his prime, man, because of a broken back, but Thumbtack Jack.
Oh, freaking the one that faced Nick Gage in that freaking incident.
The exact year that I debuted was that incident.
The Nick Gage incident where he fell through the bar, where he fell through the light tube.
Where he got launched to the light
Uh
tube, he cut an
huh.
artery under his pit.
Uh huh. Yeah.
He was wearing a Chicago Bulls jersey, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan to be exact. But they were but he died on the way there.
Uh huh. For 7 minutes, I believe it was.
Yeah, something like that. But those are my three inspirations. So I looked like at the time. I mean, I had better hair, but um, I was just this like gothic anti-hero, and I was just I had a death wish. I still do, but not as much as I got older. But I had a death wish. I was just trying to die, and it just went from there. By about 2011, I had this amazing group that y'all may know, actually. You might have seen a version of it where between Damian Zeus Miller and Alistair Gray, I had this little group with me and him known as Crystal Meth.
Wow.
No. It's not spelled the way you think. It's Krystal Meth. And originally it was a band, but it didn't work out that well because Zeus can't sing.
Short-lived
And
band.
oh, we're still planning to put out an album.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
so we won some gold as a team, but we faced each other a lot as well. Um, and then won gold all across the land, and then I just really had to actually find a fucking character. Like so, around 2019, 2020, I started adapting a more serious style, if you will, kind of in reminiscent of Main Event Mafia Sting. Um,
Ooh.
but if you got me to a point where I felt the company was out of my hands, I did a storyline like this. I did turn into a whacked out version of myself, which I called the woke version, if you will. I kind of ripped off Matt Hardy. Was it woke or shattered? I think it was the
Wait,
shattered version of myself.
wait. When was this? When was this that you did this? What year?
2020, 2021.
Okay, so he was woken, but if I remember, he was woken in WWE, but in TNA he was broken.
So I call, yeah, all right. I remembered. I called myself like the shattered version, like shattered Logan Slater. It
That's
kind of
actually
went with
pretty
it.
cool. I like that. The shattered.
But it was the mentality of Hardy, but I used more of the Joker sting.
Okay, so you had that psychotic side, but you were able to apprehend it at points.
Yes, yes, Mr. Bischoff, I can. Ta for now.
Oh my gosh, when he signed the oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Gamble? Did somebody say gamble? Oh, look, I got an ace right here. Oh, look, there's another one. And there's another. I got a deck full of aces, Eric.
Good lord. Sting
But
was a gem.
you will never see my next trick coming. No, you will not. Ta for now, though.
Top of that.
You know, it was something like that.
Okay, I like that.
No. But then like I've just as years went on when I started KC Dub, I was just as you see with SPW, I felt like I was putting on bangers after bangers, and looking back on the body of work I put into that company, yeah, there was some mistakes along the way in that company, and hopefully I've rectified that with SPW by having a nice little fucking team of like-minded people. But I had to adapt myself as like this. All right, you've been through damn near everyone in the roster. Time for you to step up to me because I'm getting to that. I'm approaching 20 years, man, of doing this. So it's going to get to that point where I want to firmly sit my ass behind the desk and enjoy what's been created. So I just adapted this Zandig Demonto type of character where don't fuck with me because I will come and tear your fucking head off and send you out the door with a pink slip.
I'm guessing you've had to fire some people.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I've seen people, walk out the door. I've fired people. Um, but that's business. And sometimes sacrifices need to be made to keep your business going forward. Where'd it go? Bro, I think I lost my... No, I found it. But,
You hear that, people? We got issues. We lost the weed, and welcome April Renee Shields. It has been some time. I hope you are well. Welcome Shady Sean McKenzie. Welcome Squizzy Rains, and welcome Carter Carter.
thank you, all of you, for tuning in. I really don't care if I've impressed you or not.
Wow.
No,
Plain and simple. Way
honestly,
to
thank
break it
you
to
all
him.
for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys have been awesome and being patient with me.
They're going to start rioting through the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just realized it looks like it's about to fucking rain out here, but whatever. I'm under this, whatever it is. It's a barn, but I could hold an actual deathmatch show here.
Oh, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
You
that's
could
what I'm
pull like
under.
the Briscoe brothers, have one in their barn, remember?
Well, to be fair, ICW No Holds Bar once actually ran a couple of their shows in the early days in a barn in New Jersey.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. And to add it even better, their ropes aren't ropes, they're chains. They're
Wow.
literal
Okay.
chains around the fucking ring.
That's crazy. I love that though. Gotta thrive off the chaos, and where there's chaos, there's opportunity.
But
And
for my main call, I mean, he's from Brooklyn, New York, but he represents Syracuse and obviously Dallas Cowboys very hard. No matter what, yes, I know Jerry Jones is the problem. Hell, I walked up to a guy in a store who was wearing a Dallas hat, and I said to him, "What do you think the big problem with the Dallas Cowboys is?" And he's like, huh, "Jerry Jones." I said, "Thank you. Have a nice day," and walked away.
oh, well,
So April's right on the. I think it was April who said that was right on the money.
mm, both agreed.
Mm.
Now, for your main call, who would you have to tell me that your 5 greatest or favorite rivals to have faced?
Mm. Top 5 best rivals.
Yes.
Zeus. That's a given.
Is that number 5 or number 1?
This is in no order.
Okay.
At first, it will be no order.
Okay.
Then I will put them. Zeus is 1, guaranteed, no matter what. He's my brother. He actually debuted before me, so I learned a lot
Oh.
from him. Um, there's sorry about the wind if you can hear it.
You're all good.
Jesus, I've been through a lot of people. I got to give credit to the Killer Trifecta. I really do. Because when I came back after a year of being away, the Killer Trifecta were the first people that I fucked with, and the first match I ever had was at Hell Is Coming last year in October. Was against Jay Monster, and he kicked my ass. He didn't win, but he kicked my ass. So respect to him, and all of them, but mainly him. Um, by the way, I'd love to run that back whenever you want to get your panties out of your ass.
Damn, you hear it from them. Match made.
I don't care what company either.
Ooh.
Um, I will say there was a guy back in the day. He could tell one entertaining story, and could put on a killer match. And I still think he's still one of the most underrated athletes I've ever faced. But Mitchie Blaze was a great rivalry that spanned over, I think, about 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy.
I
Long
won't
term.
list his name. Yeah, I won't. I won't say his name.
Understood.
But it was. But he was good in a sense of a character. He was good in a sense of a promo. Give him the mic, he could talk your ass off. He could fucking sell chrome off of a trailer hitch. But we had a long-term story, and it was another one that lasted a good amount of time. But the final battle we ever had was over the ownership of WCW. Wow, WEW. So the man with many faces, as I will call him.
Okay.
And damn, I'm going to throw a female into the mix. It was this, oh my lord. It turned into a very reminiscent before, Tessa Blanchard did what she did to, become as hated as she is. But the story I had for this person was very reminiscent of, like, Tessa Blanchard and Sami Callihan.
Oh.
It got bloody. It got violent. It was the battle. It was at our Battle of the Brands type show for WEW. And we had a no disqualification match for both the WEW Evolve Championship and the WEW Riot Championship, and it was going to be unified into the World Heavyweight title. That match was so fucking good. So I'm going to say this for those who, have an issue with competing against females, you better set those issues aside, because you will meet a female that could work just as hard as a man. And Taylor Jade was one of them.
Amen, brother. Amen to that. My sister's in this EFED game, and she was my first ever, Eddie's first ever rivalry.
Wait a minute, you're not Eddie? I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, don't know what you're talking about. That's my buddy.
That's the guy you abandoned in a house in Texas, and now he's a serial killer.
And yeah, we'll say that. I had nothing to do with that. If we ever get Eddie on here, you guys can talk about that.
I'll talk with him in the ring. What's up? B. Moore Johnson in the house. What's up?
Oh, B-More comes on here a lot. And I think Eddie would be honored to face you. And speaking of people you haven't faced, give me 5 people you want to face.
There's some scars right there, by the way. Who I haven't faced? Let's go to 10 with that one, because I have a bucket list.
Okay, let's hear it.
One being Alex Stretch tonight, which, as I said, I hold him in high regard, but his career has been all about luck. He's had anthrax holding him up. So if you really want to look at it, anthrax with Lady Blakely is the true leader of Peace, Love, and Deathmatch. So, and I'm going to prove that tonight when I face him and keep my World Mayhem Championship. Rob Anderson. Oh, shit. I didn't put those in order, did I? Go back.
Okay.
I just remembered. So Taylor Jade was number 1. Number 2, Zeus. And that's very hard to say, given the longevity. Number 3, Man with Many Faces. Number 4, Itchy Blaze. And number 5, I forgot what I listed. No, I'm kidding. J Monster.
Great 5 choices.
Now, Alex Stretch, which I'm going to be crossing him off tonight. Rob Anderson. This is in order now. Rob Anderson. Because he's a great technician. He's undoubtedly one of the best in the business on the mic, as a storyteller, and as an in-ring performer. Um, he's currently my world heavyweight champion.
Hell yeah.
So there's that. What's wrong with a little feud with Rob Anderson and the Black Label Society?
BLS is no more.
Or apparently I'm going to fight an invisible faction and carry about my day.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but BLS has been broken up for quite some time now. A little bit.
Man. They were there,
Yeah.
now they weren't, then they come back.
I'm surprised you didn't get the news. It's been a few weeks now.
I've been paying attention. Apparently it just went, hey, and just,
Yeah, that's what, if you haven't seen, he's a part of Annihilation Society with Jack Graves in Cuba.
Oh, that makes them. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one. Matt Tremont.
Ooh!
I
Mr.
want the
H2O Wrestling.
Yeah, yes, I want the bulldozer, and there's many, many reasons why I want the bulldozer. I hold one of the most prestigious death match titles in the world, and I mean the history of it stems all the way back from a company called IXW. That is no more. The booker had a mental breakdown, and then there was no more money. Well, this belt, the SPW Mayhem belt, is an evolution of that title. It is a tribute to that original title that me and Zeus had many great feuds over, that I had many great battles with Tommy Dreamer over, with fucking Balls Mahoney and more.
May he rest in peace, Balls Mahoney.
So, to take it to the level that it truly needs to be, I have to face the greatest of all time in the Bulldozer Matt Tremont. But I don't want the Bulldozer, though. I don't want the Bulldozer. I don't even want the fucking Killdozer. I want Father Matt Tremont.
Oh!
I want that man to fucking kill me for it.
Strong words, ladies and gentlemen. You hear that? Matt Tremont.
He's been around longer than I have. I think he's going on 18 years. 2 years more than I.
And he owns his own promotion, too.
Ah, so a boss battle, if you will.
Yeah, he owns H2O.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. I love the product. They just moved to Tennessee, by the way. God damn it, I broke character. Anyway, but the Bulldozer, Matt Tremont, would just be an Armageddon, if you will. It would be like World War V. It would be so severe that 3 and 4 wouldn't matter. Thank you, Family Guy, for that reference. You know what? You mentioned him earlier, but I do want to tangle with Jack Graves.
Now that would be a fight. I would love to see that.
I do want to tangle with Jack Graves. Who else on that roster? He just came in, but I've seen his body of work. He's a hell of a promo too. He just had a match with Anthrax. I would like to take on the Carolina Cracker, Brian White.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Hey, let's go.
Damn. He's been impressing me a lot lately, and he's one of our own students. I'll say Kid Psycho.
Okay.
I'll give him with XJ Chaos too. I like XJ Chaos. I'll do a tag team match. I don't care. So yeah, I think I have what, two more, one more. Ow. Two more, one more.
Remember, you didn't say two. You've only said that was your sixth one, so you got four more.
Really? I'm gonna go outside the EFA, outside of our walls. They
Okay.
have danced in SPW before,
Oh.
but I want to shoot my shot and maybe face Haley Ramone.
Ooh, that's a big challenge and a great competitor. I've been wanting her to get on here for some time, and it would be an honor to see you two face off. That would be a fight.
Mm-hmm. I'll tangle with Haley. Now I got three more. Johnny 13. I like him.
I know what he's
I like
about.
him. I like his look. I like his style. So far, everything about him. So whether it's an SPW, if I have to come to King's Court to face him, I want to face him.
Okay.
Two more. I'll say Aiden Williams,
Ooh.
Mr. Championship holder himself. And Nomad. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like his approach, but Nomad is truly showing what he's about in SPW. So I'll take him on at any time.
I know that he and Eddie and Mr. Amazing all have the lost souls to deal with.
Mr. Amazing's another one. He impressed me right in the first night. It ended weird, but I'll say that's a beautiful mistake.
Well, I'm glad that those men have impressed you and has looked up to your standards.
They have to deal with me eventually.
I know there's many on your roster that's always ready for a fight. And Eddie is one of those people especially.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see him bleed if he can bleed.
What are you talking about?
He's undead, right?
I thought he was bleeding.
He's undead, right?
Didn't he bleed in last match?
What the fuck did he face? Adrian Knight, right?
Yeah, wasn't he bleeding?
I don't know. He was wearing face paint. It's hard to tell. But I'll take a magnifying glass and let you know if he was bleeding and what blood type he is.
With the Phantom himself, it's kind of hard to find his blood type from where he is, because his father is the death and his mother is darkness.
Harley, what's up? Harley, a big fan of SPW, has a few pieces of our merch, as a matter of fact. High Times, Hell's Coming, and Tournament of Mayhem.
Just a fan? Like, they don't have a call there?
Never say never.
Very true, sir.
But we're
Very
training
true.
people left and right, man.
So you have a training academy.
SPW Wrestling Academy.
What do you want to tell us about this academy? How did this come about, and how is it going today?
Well, it's actually been my home academy. It just went through a name change. But Zeus is a trainer there. Little Psycho's a trainer there. The Syndicate, all of them are a trainer there. Hell, that's where Isaac Lee came from, who is the young gunner of the group, who has a national championship shot tonight in a fatal four-way elimination match. CJ Frost, only two-time national champion, CJ Frost, mind you.
Oh, so
Will be
you also
defending the gold against
associate with
Alex.
DPW.
I'll give him love. Yeah.
Okay.
He will be defending it against Alex Knight, Jason
Mm-hmm.
Ramirez, who might be the fan favorite to win it, and Isaac Lee, being the underdog too. So that's going to be a hell of a match. So the Academy produced Johnny Dio, Kid Psycho, Isaac Lee. Hell, if you want to go even further back, Little Psycho's a product of the Academy.
Hell yeah.
So full circle, she's now a trainer.
Shows you how much things could change over time.
She's been everywhere. Trailblazer in this sport, man. What else did we fucking produce? We got a few ready to debut. So, yeah. I think that's been around since 2012.
Ooh. Okay.
The SPW Wrestling Academy. It's in Milwaukee. So, if you want to become a professional wrestler, sign up. We're pretty cheap.
Well, you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? They have themselves an academy, and SPW, I will say, is a place to be. And I am excited to see where this journey takes them.
Go ahead. Sorry, my pen is dead.
Oh, you're all good. Frickin', I'm excited to see where this journey takes y'all. And if you still need that interviewer to do stuff for you, I'm always happy to help with whatever you need.
Well, you never know. We might just hire you right here.
I work for many, and I'm always happy to give back.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I hire you right here. What is it, Lawrence? There's no last name for you, just Lawrence?
Just Lawrence.
His name is Lawrence Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence, what's your last name? Lawrence. Mr.
So,
Lawrence, what is your last name? I
I'm
said
going to be
Lawrence.
summoning you from down the hall from the office. Larry! We got too many Larrys, so we might have to fire one. Hobo Larry might have to reduce his name. Just a
Freaking just
hobo.
put them down the hallway. What if you put their rooms right next to each other with their labels right outside each door?
Well, see, the thing we could tell the difference, Hobo Larry still fucking smells. You don't. You probably smell like fucking, Dior or something.
I got me some good ganja to smell like.
We do pay in weed.
I'm okay with this.
I am okay with this transaction.
It's
Going to be a very heavenly transaction.
More weed the better, brother.
I hope. Oh my God, that drink was warm. Ew.
Warm Mountain Dew?
Voltage to be exact.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna, if we can, I'm gonna switch the tables on you. Who has been impressing you in SPW?
Who has been impressing me in SPW?
Yeah, we're gonna switch the tables. It's my turn now.
Well,
Has this ever happened to you?
I mean, it's a question about what you put on, I would assume. Who's impressed me since I've been watching the product?
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I started watching is because I saw that poster of Jack. Jack Graves. My brother from another mother, man.
You had said from Welcome to the Strange, correct?
The one with him and Matt Tremont, whichever one that was
Right.
when I first started watching y'all.
Yeah, Welcome to the Strange. That was that Light Tube Mayhem match, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Check it out on our YouTube channel.
And of course, I've always followed Jack Works and the people that I saw in SPW. Some of them I was not aware of who they were before I came there. And I was kind of confused who people were at first until I started catching on a little bit more as time went on.
It's raining.
And And I really have been a fan, I'm not going to lie. I really like the Lost Souls. I like the group mentality.
They're fantastic.
I
Adrian Nutter, former world champ.
And Jacob on Hawaii was a member, I believe. Yes?
But like I don't know the story there, but he is helping him in this situation.
Okay,
So
because
another
in
reunion.
SLW it looked like they were in a rivalry, but then when I go over to SPW it looked like they weren't. So,
Here's the thing about professional wrestling. No matter what, and we've seen it recently with Trick Williams. This is a completely different multiverse.
so it's okay for so that whatever happens at SPW does not affect their group elsewhere.
I would hope it wouldn't affect the
Okay.
storyline going on at a
Okay.
completely different company. I hope it wouldn't, but we're
Okay.
having fun with the Lost Souls. So okay, Lost Souls as a
Yeah,
collective or just one
like
individual
I
member.
said, I liked them individually, each member, but I
Mhm.
also love the group mentality because it reminds me of Sons of Anarchy. That's one of the biggest reasons I
Riding
like
through
that
this
show.
world all
You know what's up. I
alone.
liked when they also did the Irish version for when they went to Ireland.
Oh, yeah. You talk about SOA?
Yeah, when they did that theme for when they went to season 3 of Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. That
Yeah,
show's burned out in my head, but I remember the song or
yeah.
the whole thing. But the
But
song is
that's
just
one reason the Lost Souls caught my eyes because of them and like their group, like how they do individually. Adrian is a force to be reckoned with. Jacob
Mm.
is a beast.
I'm gonna reference a match of his that he had in uh SPW on Carnage TV. I believe it was episode 6 of season 1. He
Okay.
faced J Monster. Poof. He put him through a flaming table, and like the fire didn't go out. And to add insult to injury, he put J Monster and the Dragon Sleeper in the flames.
Wow.
It was one of the craziest finishes I had ever seen. Yeah.
That's crazy. And Adrian is a crazy individual in his own right. And he's like, he has a,
Yeah,
like, his mentality is, like, just unique.
You're not allowed to touch it anymore.
okay. Okay.
Yours might
I'm,
not get done yet.
I'm gonna,
What did I fucking tell you?
all right. Whatever. I'm blame for worse. All right. I love you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Sorry about that. You have 4 more.
4 more.
Mm-hmm. You said the Lost Souls.
Oh, so we're doing top 5s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to have to say it. My brother Jack Graves has to be in there. Why not?
Challenging for the world belt tonight. Yep.
Fuck yeah. Well deserved.
He's going up against weirdly Rob Anderson.
Number 3. Well, this ain't in no particular order. I'm just naming off 5. Your character.
Thank you.
And there's another character that also caught my eye. His name is Tomahawk?
I don't have a tomahawk on my roster.
Is that not from SPW? Okay. Okay, I'm getting him confused with somewhere else then. My bad.
Rephrase that on the
Um,
roster.
huh?
I said rephrase that on the roster.
Like I said, I could have been mistaking him on somebody else's roster. That's my bad. Um, I think Nomad's deathmatch works since he's like SPW. He's thrived off what you guys have been doing, and I like what
Mm-hmm.
he's doing.
Mm-hmm. The match with Jacob Anoa'i and he had a singles match again. He's gonna have a singles match tonight.
Against Adrian,
Yeah, but yeah, his
because
match with
Adrian
Jacob
faced
sold
Eddie.
out.
Now he's facing Nomad.
Yeah, and the other two, Edward and Mr. Amazing take on Oni and Vashon.
Okay. That's going to be a banger of a tag match. I can't wait to see it. And I know Eddie's ready for it.
Mm-mm.
The last one.
You have two more.
No.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
one more.
One more. You're at Nomad. You said Nomad.
Yeah, I've been keeping track.
Full distract. I'm sick.
Last fifth one. That's going to be a tough one here. If I'm saying the name right, Little Sicko?
Oh, the Rising Deathmatch star, or are you talking about the female Little Psycho?
The female Little Psycho, yes.
Oh my God, yes.
That's no particular order, but those are my...
She has a match tonight as well against what shocked the hell out of me when we confirmed it. Still, she will be colliding with Angel Metro.
I was going to get the match card down, but when you told me you were ready at a certain time, I was like, oh crap, I may not have time to get it down.
Well, I we got the show tonight, so I had to configure time.
No, that's totally understandable. That's why, I would have written it down, so we could have gone over it a little bit, but freaking, that's on me for not doing it sooner.
Not your fault.
But freaking...
Time is of the essence.
Well, as time is of the essence, I am really kind of down to just one last question.
Okay.
Legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? And what do you want the legacy of SPW to be?
Start with the last one. I want this company to be more than just some death match promotion. We have multiple styles of wrestling, as you've seen, but I want it to be I don't want it to be that's just another Fed. No, I want it to be to leave a mark on this world, this crazy world that we enjoy, as a place where people came to have fun, tell great stories, bleed for the art of professional wrestling, and you know what, come to this company and got their name out and became a name in the real sport of professional wrestling. You know, you look at Little Sicko, you look at Draven, you look at Alex Stretch, who are all, yes, they're known, but they could be known so much more.
Yeah.
And I want them to be able to come to SPW and have a place to get their name out to an audience that looks at deathmatch wrestling as some taboo style. Like it's just all blood and guts. No, there's something about it that just that can speak to you. And that's what I want SPW to be, to show the world that deathmatch wrestling is not a scary place to be and that we are a friendly people. I promise we are. We all float down here, Georgie.
We're a little bit nuts, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, we are, but we're nice. We're lovely people. As for mine, I want people to know that with every person, there's two sides to every fucking story. And even in controversy, I want to still make a positive impact on this sport in real life and in this world. And that hasn't changed. Through this persona, if you will, I'm a fucking very nice human being. I just smoke a lot of weed.
Respect, brother.
And
Respect.
I just love to create and put on great shows.
Awesome, man.
And so
Thank
I
you.
just wanted
Thank
it
you
to
for
be
coming on
positive.
here. Seriously, thank you.
No problem. Let's do it again sometime. Your number's still 911. Alrighty then.
911. Who that?
All right. But yeah, no problem, man.
Are they the guys from the taco cart?
That was an Ace Ventura reference. Oh shit! Oh God, no! This gust of wind just came through and knocked everything over. Well,
I'm
that's
sorry.
gone. All right. But yeah, I'll come back anytime you want me on.
Heck yeah, man. We'll be happy to have you on yet again. And please, ladies and gentlemen, go check out SPW High Times 2.
There's the
And
national
welcome, Mr.
champion.
Davis. You have just approached the ending of our show. What were you going to
There's the
say, sir?
national
Sorry.
champion.
Well, you hear that? The champ is in the house.
As I'm about
And he just
to
had a
leave.
successful night at Wrestle Kingdom.
He went to Japan?
Yeah, remember, he had a show, DPW Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Last man standing, him and Leo Blade, winner takes all, title for title. Insane.
Mm-mm-mm. Yes, it was. I'm going to watch that match back later on.
I gave it a rewatch too. Last night I was like, I had to.
Just before the show starts, which should be
Hell yeah.
at 9 o'clock.
Eastern or Central?
I'm going to aim for Central. We'll let you know. When the link drops, we're live. Let's put it that way.
Bet. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Stay tuned for the link drop. Mr. Slater, thank you for appearing on here. And Davis said, walked in and took the title. You know some people should never issue open challenges. You never know who might answer.
Talking about Alex Knight, who he will be seeing tonight at High Times 2 in the Fatal 4-Way.
Ooh, SPW High Times. It's going to be a banger after banger after banger night. I'm excited. The people are excited. I know you're excited. I thank you again, sir, for being on here. We hope to have you again here in the future. But until that time, I hope everybody has a great day, great night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, maybe, and peace out.